Automatically record.
Greetings. Welcome, everyone. So excited for you here. We're at Holidays Made Simple. Today it is, what is it, Coach Don?
It is November 13th. Holiday cards made simple.
And we are actually going to be talking about holiday cards and creating conversations with holiday cards. And I'm really excited about this conversation. First of all, for those of you who don't know us, my name is Elizabeth Larson. I am a Promptings affiliate and also a Promptings coach. This is Coach Don Morris, and he is, of course, a Promptings affiliate and Promptings coach as well. And I gotta say, Don, tell me, why holiday cards for conversations? And honestly, I never thought about using holiday cards to start conversations. How does one go about doing this? And where do we begin with this?
Well, you are not the only one that has probably not thought of using holiday cards as conversation starters. I mean, what do you think about when you want to send out a holiday card? You are thinking probably, let's put my family on the front.
Yep.
And a little message on the back saying, have a prosperous New Year and a Merry Christmas.
That's
And
usually what I see.
yeah, and so let me ask you: when you see a card with somebody's family on the front of it, who's that card about?
It's all about them.
Absolutely. So here I'm as a business owner, and of course that's why I'm thinking of it as a conversation starter. As a business owner, who most of my clients are business owners, I really want to have a card that is about them.
Yeah.
And I want to start a conversation with them because conversations always lead to sales. Now, don't misunderstand me. That doesn't mean that when I send a holiday card out that I want that to be a card where I am selling to them. But number one, I want the card being about the person that I'm sending it to rather than about me. And number two, I am very intentional about wanting to have that person engaged with me,
Yeah.
starting a conversation and then continuing that conversation, because as I do that, they are going to further know, like, and trust me. And guess what? That type of a customer will never, ever leave me because I have made them feel great about themselves and they simply want to be around me. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And the funny thing is, when you mention this, really, you get a card and it's got the family picture of them on there and it's all that's going on with them. And that's kind of nice, but there's not a lot of engagement in that where it's like, I feel like a part of that. I'm glad I got the card and that's all nice. But so really what you're talking about is something that really gets me engaged and makes me feel like, wow, here's something different. Here's something completely different than the norm.
Right.
So
And so
here's,
go
well, I
ahead.
was just going to say, can you show us an example of a holiday card and how that would be used to start conversations?
Absolutely. This is one of the cards that I've sent this year. And you talked about being different.
Right.
This is definitely a different card because I'm talking about New Year's.
Yeah.
Now, holiday season, that begins in Thanksgiving. Some of you out there I know are thinking, no, holiday season begins with Halloween. Okay, we have plenty of Halloween cards, but I'm not ready to get into the holiday season then. I typically think Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is great because you're talking about thanking people, and that's a great card to send to customers.
Right.
But I like this New Year's card at the end of the holiday season because it gives me an opportunity to give them well wishes for the coming year. And I might say that I really like sending either that Thanksgiving card or the New Year's card instead of a Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or any of the other 15 other holidays that are probably between those dates, because
Really?
those cards in the middle, they get lost. Everybody is sending Christmas cards. Hardly anybody sends a Thanksgiving card or a New Year's card.
That is
So
so
I
true.
set out this New Year's card this last year. What I liked particularly about this is there were a couple of different color schemes, but I chose the color scheme here that made it kind of look old. I don't know, not old timey, but maybe 1950s. You know, that style of card there, and it really looked very cool for me. And then on the inside of the card, I'm the kind of guy that likes to put quotes in my cards. So I put a quote in there, I put a background on that kind of matched the front of the card. And then I put a personal message on the inside that basically said, hey, I'm looking forward to making this my best year ever. How about you? But beyond that, there was an invitation on the inside of the card for them to get back with me so that I could talk with them about what are their goals, what are their plans, what do they have, what would they like to see happen in 2023, and is there a possibility that I could make that happen in some way by maybe I know somebody, or maybe I had a solution for them. This is an opportunity to have a conversation, and I am gratified that I had people getting back to me that said, wow, Don, I really like this. I'd love to have a conversation with you. And so just a card like this is very direct, where I want to talk to you. Would you get back with me? Was very helpful in starting conversations this last year for a number of my clients. This is a card that I sent out to my clients that did business with me that year.
And I remember you talking about this, earlier in the year when we first started talking about this card as we were planning out our holiday cards this year, about the great conversations that came from that. And even people reaching out that you were surprised that you hadn't talked to them, you hadn't heard from them, but now you're getting a conversation started out of there where there wasn't a conversation there before.
Right. Just a short story. I was on a
Yeah.
Zoom call in August, I believe it was, with a software developer that I've worked with over the years. I had sent him this card, and we were having this conversation back and forth, and I told him how important it was to me to be able to send cards and get addresses from people. And when I mentioned sending the cards, he says, "Oh, you mean like this one here?" And he showed me two cards that I had sent him. One was a birthday card, one was that New Year's card. Those cards were not on his wall, on his mantle, they were sitting there on his desk,
Right.
totally unscripted. He showed me he had those cards. When you make the cards about them to create those conversations, they keep those cards, they remember them, and they remember you.
Yes, yes, that's so true. And, it's like April Brum, she sent me this card and she put this beautiful message at the bottom of it. And I'll tell you, I keep it right here with me. Like she inspired me, and I'm just love her and thankful for it. So let's do this. Why don't we, because you have so many fun ideas. One thing that I love about you is you have so many fun ideas for different types of cards, and you make cards that are really engaging, like not just the standard, card that goes out. Your cards are really just this really neat thing. So why don't we show somebody how to make a card that's engaging, like the kinds of cards that people keep on their desk or actually want to keep and not, not discard.
Sure. I am going to show you what I did, or not what I did, but what a customer did. I'm going to have to rebuild kind of the card that he did, might be a couple of changes on my own, but I'm going to show you a card that he sent out last year. And he got this idea from me because during COVID, when nobody was going out, I sent him a card that engaged him once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Thanksgiving card. So we talked about bookending the season. Let's go with the beginning of the season with Thanksgiving. And so we got a bunch of cards here that we can choose from. Well, why did that show up here when in that section? That's interesting. I'm just going to choose one of these. I happen to like this design right here. Mm-hmm. Thankful for you. Again, you can change the color style here on the beginning. On the front of the card, we're going to customize the card. We're going to create a 2-panel standard card. Just be really simple on this. I always tell my customers, don't spend a lot of time creating the card on the inside. It's really the message that is going to be what you're wanting to see. So let's go to the inside of the card, and I am going to put a picture over here, and I'm going to do this in a specific way because I have a specific type of card that I'm going to do here. I'm going to put an image in here, and I'm going to put an image that I've already preloaded in here. And do you have any idea what this is, Elizabeth?
It's a word search. My grandmother used to do them, and I love them with a passion. They're so much fun.
This is a word search. I love this. I sent Adam this word search, and I created it based upon with terms from his business. He's in the insurance industry.
Oh my
Well,
God.
he created a similar card. He sends out a Thanksgiving card every year to about let's see, we actually finished up his today. He sent it out to 947 customers in his book of business. Last year, he created one with a word search, and it was a Thanksgiving word search like I'm going to create this one here. This is, as I said, a not a Thanksgiving.
I
Thanksgiving.
already found my first word.
Word. All right. Don't spend time looking for the words here, folks. Focus in on what's going on here, okay? So I'm going to create Thanksgiving word search. I love the April Fat Face font. I'm going to increase the font size on that just so that it's taking up that whole section up there. I am going to make it a nice brown color to match the front of the card. The background of the card, I'm going to come over here and yeah, that looks good. Probably going to print this on, I believe it's our I think it's our pearl paper. Don't have to, but if somebody were to use a pen, that makes it a lot easier. It's a matte surface. It makes it a lot easier for them to circle the words. But, a Sharpie does real well on our standard paper as well. I am going to put a message in here. Oh, you know what? I thought I had saved a message. I hope I did copy it. Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here. I already created this message, so I didn't have to spend a lot of time putting it in. So, John, there's no better time than this season to remember those who have been so supportive of me. Thank you for blessing me with your business and with your friendship in 2023. I hope this season is blessed for you and yours, that you have a happy Thanksgiving and a joy-filled holiday season. And I would love it if you texted a picture of your completed word search when you get it done. Seriously, I have done this in the past, and people will get back to me when I send this out, or they'll post it on Facebook. They have fun with it. They take that picture, they send it to me. Guess what happens then? Conversation started. So I've got that in there. It is ready to go. The backside has got my picture on it with my address, so they know who that came from. Yeah. You can very quickly get a card set up, ready to go. And then when you proceed to your cart, all you need to do is choose your recipients. I mean, you can go ahead and send a gift if you want. I know people that will send out gifts during Christmas for their best clients, and you can do that right from here. All I'm going to do is click on add recipients, and I typically will go to view groups, and I'm going to look for a group that I have created already for the card that is going out. For example, I have my Christmas 2023 group or Christmas 22 group that I would have used for last year's Christmas card. So I'm going to go to my group here, my local networking group, select that, and I've got 18 recipients that have already been put here into the recipient list. And I can go ahead and send that out right now. So that's another thing that I like about send out cards is that you can create these groups and use them over and over. Once you're ready to go, all you have to do is click check out. And this is actually going to use card package sends. That's why I'm only paying the shipping or the postage on this right now. This is going to use card package sends. So I purchased a card package earlier, and it's using it from those. And then confirm and send, and I am ready to go. And I can do that over and over very easily if before I finish this order, I save this as a campaign. Now, a campaign is something that you can use to create a card or a series of cards that goes out to one or more recipients. So I would create a card or a campaign here called 2023 Thanksgiving. That's saved over in my campaigns. We're going to actually go ahead and leave this order here. That order will be saved in my drafted orders so that I can go back to it and send it if I wanted to. But I'm going to go over to my campaigns, and you can see I have this 2023 Thanksgiving campaign. When I open up the campaign, I could add more cards into this. So let's say I wanted to have a holiday campaign and send them a Thanksgiving card, a Christmas card, and let's go ahead with that New Year's card as well. They will not forget me then. Gosh, Don sent me 3 cards. I could do that if I wanted to, but what's really important is I can open up this campaign again and say send order, select that card, send a campaign, and it creates that order for me all over again, so I can send that back out to a different group of people or even just one person at a time. If you've got our mobile app, you can just go to a contact and say, send the campaign to that one person. You can do it from the web app is here. So that is just something really fun with a Thanksgiving card that generated tons of campaign or conversations for Adam last year when he sent out that campaign.
I absolutely love that. And the question I have for you, and I'm trying to get the chat to come back up, and for some reason Zoom is just being weird on me. I don't know what happened. There we go. So 2 questions. First of all, one of the questions, the first name, when you make this into a campaign, can you show the first name? And because we have the first name of John, and I know everybody's going to be like, well, once you take it to the campaign, how do you make sure that the campaign is there? And then, yes, card packages do have the dates depending on the different card package you get. And of course, that's explained with the card packages, Heather.
I am so sorry. I did mean to do this before I sent this to the order. I'm going to say make changes to the card. And where it said in here, John, I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to come over here to the left and I'm going to say insert first name. So now when this card goes out, it will have the recipient's name inserted on every card. Different, just it depends on who the recipient is. So yes, that makes it extremely personal to the person who is getting it.
I love that. And when we talk about holidays, we're not just talking about the standard Christmas and stuff like that. You can use conversation starters for 4th of July, for Easter, for summertime, for lots of different ideas of holidays. And those holidays that you usually don't get a card on, those are really powerful for conversation starters, right?
And don't forget their birthdays. I always do it for birthdays as well, their own personal holiday.
I love that. I love that. Well, anything else you want to cover today before we wrap up?
No, we're kind of right at the top of or the end of our time here. I would just say that if someone sent you here, I would get back with them, talk to them about your options for sending cards, whether you're just going to, send a card here and there, or you're going to get on a subscription, or you want to go with a card package. All of those are extremely personal to you, and the person that invited you here would be able to answer that for you.
Exactly. Really important to get back to that person. And really just remember, you've got a wonderful amount of time to get your New Year's card set up, your Christmas card. All of those cards are great conversation starters. They have helped Coach Don and myself in so many different ways, and I know they're going to help you too. So thanks so much for joining us, everybody, for Holidays Made Simple, conversation starters using holiday cards. And we will see you on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.